Good morning and welcome to Adventures in Awakening here in rainy Blackstone, Virginia. But this is the center of the world, but then you too are at the center of the world. So the title, we're going to do something a little different this morning. I just had a little I call my little Facebook stories. You know, I get a little an idea and it's a talk. And the title of this talk is The Erotic Catch-22 of Cosby and Cuomo. The Erotic Catch-22. The Erotic Catch-22. I never really thought of that before, but let's take a look at it. So this is my bad day cup. It says on here, bad day mug. See, it's a bad day. And it's a bent cup. It's a bad cup, you see. And the funny thing about that is that we have a potter friend and asked her to make one of these for me. And she said it was very difficult to make a bad cup because her whole drive is to make a good cup. So how do you intentionally make a bad cup? Really difficult, you see. And maybe that fits into our catch-22. So, first of all, what is catch-22? I have to keep saying this over and over because maybe you haven't been following me and become bored with it. But catch-22 is where yes is no and no is yes. It's a dilemma. It's an Ouroboros, you know, the snake eating its tail. It's a whirlpool. You can't get out. Because every yes is also its opposite, no. So whatever you do is wrong. You can't choose your way out. You choose your way out by saying, yes, that's yes. I don't want no, that's no, gone. I'm going to go with yes. So you go with yes, but then yes becomes no. You're back in the trap, you see. Yes becomes no. Every time you choose to get out, it's the wrong thing. So catch-22 is you're wrong no matter what you do. And that's Zen, but we'll get into that later. What we want to look at here is the erotic catch-22. Now, eroticism is the no that is yes. Oh, don't come. Come on. No, no, no. Come on. It's the strip tease. Tease you. Come on, come on. No, no, no. No, come on. The mind gets, well, what the fuck? You see, so the erotic, when we get caught in the erotic, and there's more eroticism than we think, it's always the yes that is no, or the tease. It draws us. It arouses us. See, eroticism arouses the energy to be the one. Eroticism arouses, it may be sexual energy, it may be scientific energy. For the scientist, nature is erotic. It's always saying come on, find out what the answer is. No, you don't go there. So it's always this, you see. And it arouses the energy to break down barriers. You see, this is human nature is erotic because it arouses, say the cosmos is erotic because it arouses the energy to go beyond itself, you see, to break down barriers. This is the American way. You break down barriers. You penetrate the wall. You go beyond the obstacles. You do the impossible. You see, that's America. You do the impossible. You create. You break out. You won't be contained. You won't submit. You won't be cowed. You won't be put in a box. See, all of our politics is that too, you know. You can see it everywhere, but it's the basic formula for life. Human life. particularly, all life, but particularly humans, it's in our DNA to go beyond the beyond, to infinity and beyond in toys, right? Explore space, go beyond the beyond. That's Zen. Gati, gati, paragati, parasamgati. Gone, gone, gone beyond, beyond. Oh, what an awakening, you see. So that's, when it comes to sexual energy, that's erotic, you see. So the whole game of eroticism is to arouse the energy of creativity, to go beyond and become one. Of course, in sex, becoming one is the sexual climax. Now I can rest. Now the one has been achieved in one glorious 4th of July explosion. The one, you see. And we feel so peaceful, and we feel so in such equanimity. The world is good again. There's no tension. You see. We're one. Like we have restored the one, you see. So the erotic game is to create the tension so the one can be restored. I mean, crossword puzzles are erotic in that way. My wife does crossword puzzles. What is a crossword puzzle? It's an induced tension so you can have a tension. What's the word? What's the word? Oh, I got, what's the word? What's that word? Get the word, look it up. Oh, that's cheating. Look at the word. Oh, there it is, you see. And then you keep doing, there it is. Oh, there it is, until you get the whole thing complete. The one has been restored. But what drives you to do the crossword puzzle? The desire to restore the one. So eroticism is a desire to restore the one. Now, how does poor Cosby and Cuomo get caught up in this, you see? So this basically is a political or a social event, you see, that is a metaphor to an interior situation that we're all caught in. It's just exterior in the news with big names, you see. But the erotic catch-22 is the same, whether it's in Cuomo and Cosby or in you. And it doesn't have to be sexual. It could be anything that arouses your drive to be one. Now, Facebook, I don't agree with that opinion. My opinion's right, What? You idiot. My opinion is right. No, my opinion. No, my opinion. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, I'll defriend him. I'm one by getting rid of him. I blocked him off. I'm number one now. I won't be bothered anymore. But the erotic catch-22, yes is no, no is yes, you see. So in the sexual game of men and women, from the man's point of view, he must be the one. He must restore the one. So if he's in what he perceives as an encounter with a female, it's going to be, if it's a woman, here's the difference. There are two female kinds of women in the men's mind. There is the female who is professional, and she's just a colleague. She's not a female. She's a colleague, right? She's a colleague. But if she becomes a female, she's erotic. Now, when the male mind gets these two confused, which is happening all the day because the female now is becoming colleagues, professional, and she gets messed up too. Which am I, you see? During the day, I wear a tie and a suit, and at night, I got on an evening gown that exposes my erotic breast, you see? What's going on, you see? So, take Cuomo and Cosby. The interesting thing about them is they were caught with their pants down, but they deny it. Now, why do they deny it? Why is it that the erotic catch-22 creates such powerful denial in the face of overwhelming evidence. I'm a good man. I have good intentions. I didn't intend to do that. But you did. And then a whole herd of women come up and say, yeah, he did. I did it to me too. He did it. And the stronger they, you see, it's so it becomes wow. And we're looking at this is crazy. You have to look at it from the inside instead of the outside. You can't understand anything if you're just outside. You have to get inside of it. Get inside of it and see what's going on from the inside. So what's going on in the inside, as we meditate on this, you see, is that the catch-22, the yes is the no and the no is a subliminal trap. Well, I'm a good person. I'm a professional man. I may be a governor. I may be a famous comedian. I'm a good man. I have good intentions. And yet they get caught in a catch-22 where they are not computing the no of the woman as no. They see it as yes. Oh, the more no she says, the more yes she wants. So you plow ahead. You penetrate. You push ahead because you know she wants it. You know that her no is yes. And that arouses the energy. And the more she says no, the more energy is aroused. And the energy is aroused to end the tension of the catch-22. You see, the catch-22 is a tension. It's a tension. Yes is no, no is yes. That's a tension. Because we have to have yes. We all want to say, yes, that's the way to go. One way. I'm it. This is it. The righteous say, yes, I'm the one. Follow me. I'm right. You're wrong, you see. But then they say, oh, I'm wrong. No, you're wrong. No, wow. Catch-22. So we're always getting caught in this catch-22. I watched the original movie again. It's been a real wake-up for me. It's everywhere. So we're kind of like working on what, so the man, so in this Cuomo Cosby thing is, you see, they interpreted the no as a yes and plowed ahead, all the time denying that they were caught in the catch-22 because they have good intentions. I'm a good person. I'm the one, you see. So for them to admit that the women are right would be for me to deny who I am. Who can do that, you see? They've built this whole professional life up, you see? But at the same time, subliminally, they're captivated by the erotic catch-22. It probably, I would assume that Clinton got in it too, is that when you're at the top of the heap, it takes tremendous energy to maintain that and keep batting off all the challengers, you see. When you're at the top of the pyramid, everybody wants to knock you off. So it takes tremendous energy to keep it up, to get it up every day. Where does that energy come from? Where's the generator? From the erotic catch-22. That's the little secret nuclear reactor that's generating all of this psychic power to be number one. It takes energy to be number one. It takes energy for the lion to be number one and fight off the roving challengers, you see. He's always having to fight off some challenger, you see. So the number one is always but where does he get the energy? Well, for many, not everybody, but for many, particularly those at the top of the pyramid, the energy comes from the erotic catch-22, you see, because that generates energy. That generates, and that energy can be creative energy. Creativity is energy. You know, if you're going to be creative, it takes tremendous energy. There's an explosion for creativity. You don't become creative by just sitting in a hammock. I mean, just la, la, la. There's a tension for the creative act to happen. There's a tension. What is the answer? What is the way through this? What do I do? What's the way? What's the solution? Wow. I know. Do it. When you say do it, you're number one. It's not like, should you do it or don't do it? No. The number one, the John Wayne, the leader, do it. This is the American man. Do it. Damn the torpedoes. Full speed ahead. Do it. These are our ideals, our role models, you see. Just do it, you see. So when you're caught in the erotic catch-22, the doing of it, I'll just seduce, I'll just push ahead, even though the hand, no. Or the no may be ambiguous. Well, maybe it's, or whatever. You know, women are not perfect. But the point is, by plowing, by being good, by the double, the problem is that that you need the energy. It's right. It's good intentions, you see, to be number one, to do it, to be the strong man, to be the single will, to be the leader, you see. But you need the energy to do it. So how do you get the energy? Well, you arouse this. This energy is always being aroused by attention, by a catch-22. It arouses the energy to break through the barriers and be creative, save the world. You know, to be the one, the hero, the savior, the governor, the president, you see, the cult leader, you see. All of these take energy. And so, for many, the energy is the erotic catch-22. And it always ends up in the Kool-Aid. Because maybe if you just, if it's a pattern, if it becomes a compulsion, now here, this is it. It becomes not pleasure. The erotic 22 is not pleasure. It's not like, I want a donut for the pleasure of the donut, It's a compulsion. The priests get caught in pedophilia is an erotic 22 for them. It's a compulsion. They have to do it. It's a compulsion. They're compelled to do it. They may not even want to do it, but they're compelled. And after I didn't really, mean to do that, And there was one revealing thing in the movie Spotlight about the pedophilia priests in Boston. And one of them said, it's not a sin because I didn't do it for pleasure. If I did it for pleasure, it would have been a sin. But it wasn't for pleasure. It was a compulsion. I had no choice. And if there's no choice, there's no sin. Right? It's only when you choose sin that it's a sin. But if there's no choice, it's not a sin. So there's where the erotic catch-22 is. Our catch-22 is no choice. Why? Well, if you choose yes, it's no. If you choose no, it's yes, you see. You can't choose. There's no choice. So it becomes a compulsion. And the compulsion is to get rid of the tension of the catch-20, of the two twos. What's the 1, 2? Well, there's two twos, catch-22. Or 2, 2. Which is the 1, 2? There can only be 1, 2. There can't be two twos. Like there's 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. There isn't 2, 2. Which one is the real 2? This one or that? Choose that, it's this. Choose this, it's that. Wow. It goes round and around and around, generating energy until boom! You either create something or shoot somebody. Thanks for dropping in.